In this video, you will get to know the big projects implemented by the Japanese government in Afghanistan. In 2023, Japan supports FAO's community-based irrigation project in Afghanistan. The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has launched a 4-year project in partnership with the Japanese government that aims to increase the amount of irrigated land, boost food production localization, and strengthening of food security and livelihood resilience of more than 12,600 vulnerable people in Kunar province in eastern Afghanistan. This $9.5 million project, facilitated by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, will provide direct environmental benefits to local communities, helping to protect fragile grasslands and nourish vital groundwater resources, particularly in the context of increasing climate impacts from "It is of special importance." Change. Access to water is critical in Afghanistan, a country where more than 70% of food production depends on irrigation. This project will restore the existing Nurgal irrigation canal in Kunar province and improve both the quantity and reliability of irrigation water for agricultural production and increase the total area of the command, the agricultural lands irrigated by the canal, from 70 hectares to 643 hectares. It leads to an increase in overall agricultural production and an increase in productivity of at least 12%. Most importantly, the project will enable poor rural households to plant 2 wheat crops per year instead of just 1, increasing income, flexibility, and food security. The project also brings benefits to communities, helping to protect more than 2,000 hectares of fragile grasslands through improved and adapted plant species. This project builds on and builds upon the Green Earth Project, which was initiated in 2003 by Tetsu Nakamura and Peace Medical Services, Japan, PMS, to establish irrigation systems in the Kunar Province River Basin. By 2023, the project has converted 23,800 hectares, PMS, of abandoned dry farmland into green fields. More than 650,000 people have benefited from this project. The drastic change of the Greenland Project has not only brought food, water, and livelihood, but it has also brought hope to the people. This success is a testimony to the hard work and resistance of the Afghan people. Japan. It will work with FAO on the Dr. Nakamura Legacy Project to enable local communities to manage precious water resources and develop sustainable agriculture. Japan will continue to support Afghans to help Afghans themselves so that Afghans can sustain their livelihoods, rebuild and stand on their feet again. Water is life. Access to irrigation is becoming increasingly important throughout Afghanistan, especially for poor rural households. Given the evolving impacts of climate change on rural areas, Japan's generous assistance will significantly increase the agricultural productivity of the most vulnerable, marginalized, and food dependent. And to farmers, it strengthens food security and livelihood resilience and helps protect fragile pasture and groundwater resources. Furthermore, empowering local communities to address water management challenges not only improves social cohesion, but also strengthens community ownership and sustainability of project outcomes. Irrigation project instructions. As an integral component of the project, watershed management and rainwater harvesting activities will focus on flood management and mitigation of rapid stormwater flows in the catchment areas. These efforts will include planting compatible plants, building water ponds, control dams, and other measures to effectively harvest rainwater. FAO's work in Afghanistan FAO is dedicated to strengthening resilience in all 34 provinces of the country, strengthening efforts to preserve and restore agricultural livelihoods and local ecosystems. These efforts include improving the production of nutritious foods, increasing cash income, and protecting the important agricultural sector, including revitalizing rural markets and the economy. September 5, 2023. The Japanese government has partnered with UNICEF to build and rehabilitate 165 primary schools across Afghanistan to provide a safe learning environment for around 33,000 children. This $25 million project will include the construction and renovation of classrooms, toilets, hand-washing facilities, and boundary walls. Every child has the right to go to school and learn in a safe environment. Japan supports Afghan boys and girls to learn and grow in schools by building and renovating classrooms and water and sanitation facilities. At least half of the public schools in Afghanistan do not have enough classrooms, and 58% of them lack drinking water and hand-washing stations. On average, there is only one functional toilet for 249 students. Only 47% of schools have boundary walls. Boundaries are important because enclosed schools are perceived as safe by parents and therefore improve girls' attendance. When children's classrooms are safe, children are motivated to learn and school enrollment, attendance, and completion rates increase. The support of the government and people of Japan is especially significant at this time when Afghan children are still facing many obstacles on their way to education. Implemented as part of a wider partnership with UNDP, the project will engage communities and construction experts in planning, design, and implementation to ensure quality, sustainability, and the use of appropriate materials and techniques in earthquake-prone locations. Floods and other disasters will participate. Japan has shown strong and continued support for Afghan children, investing in improving water supply, sanitation, and hygiene in schools and teacher training programs over the past 3 years, among other initiatives. The Japanese government has also supported UNICEF to build water and sanitation facilities, provide vaccines, improve child nutrition, and create a protective environment for children across the country. On October 11, 2023, the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and the government of Japan launched a 2-year project aimed at strengthening women's economic activity in the private sector in 7 provinces of Afghanistan. This project is funded by the Japanese government through JICA and supports the empowerment of Afghan women in rural and urban areas. It enables women entrepreneurs to have better access to finance, improve entrepreneurial and business management skills, and have greater access to markets. The overall goal is to strengthen women's economic agency and their ability to help the family and improve the economy of its communities. Japan has been supporting the economic empowerment of women in Afghanistan for years. This project builds on Japan's previous support and creates more opportunities for women to participate and benefit from economic recovery. In order to create a favorable environment for women's economic activities, the project will also build and rehabilitate social infrastructure, such as rural roads, bridges, local markets, community warehouses, irrigation canals, and other priority facilities identified through consultation with the beneficiary communities of the construction work, will create job opportunities for the local people. And these infrastructures will benefit all people in the community's limits on women's participation in the labor force, and the overall economy exacerbate the human condition, strain economies, and increase vulnerabilities around the world. The Japanese government is committing approximately $10 million to this new project, which will support a total of 1,400 women entrepreneurs, as well as 140 women led small and micro businesses, and will include the construction of 100 facilities to support capacity building and economic empowerment activities. It becomes women. 7 provinces were selected based on the level of women's participation in work and taking into account the security situation and existing restrictions. These provinces include Kunar, Logar, Kandahar, Zabul, Baghlan, Kunduz, and Kapisa. Thank you for watching.